Hello, this is Jens Wakal speaking, Genias Graphics. Today it's about Tecplot 2017. We are on release 2 and we will speak about add-ons. So the topics for today, just a few words around Genias Graphics and who we are. About advanced automation in macros and Python, just what it is. High-level automation, which is done in add-ons. Then we will speak about available add-ons, and there are intrinsic ones. Those are the ones which are installed in Tecplot, which are visible if you start Tecplot, and some of them are hidden and have to be activated if you would like to use them. And some of them, and the other ones, for example, are from Genias Graphics, from us. So we have available add-ons, and I will demonstrate you some of those, and just let us know if some of them are interesting for you. So, of course, I will do that in a live demonstration too, and I will let you know where to get more information from. So, the main source of this information is the Tecplot contact data of us, Tecplot, Tecplot Europe or Genias Graphics. And of course, after this, feel free for question and answers. So, Genias Graphics is in Germany, in South Germany, near to Nuremberg and Munich, and we are responsible for Tecplot in complete Europe, and we have, let's say, around 1,300 organizations or so using Tecplot, but we have no idea how many users there are because there are many network licenses, and so this is not well known to us, but there are thousands. What we are doing is training, consulting, and software development too. So whenever you have a question, never hesitate to contact us directly and let us know what we can do for you. On the left side, you see our big customers, and the big circles. The bigger the circle is, the more licensees are available in those locations. Advanced automation is usually or can be done in the macro language, which is a native language included in Tecplot. It's a dynamic language contrary to the style sheets or layout files in Tecplot, which are static. So they can extract data, do repeated steps and loops and so on. But the future goes into the direction of Python, so there's no worry for you that your macros won't work in the future. They will work further, but we will not recommend to do further development of macros. We would recommend to use now Python, which is available with an interface PyTecplot. So you import a Tecplot library, which is the best choice for using the visualization power of Tecplot in a remote control way. Means that you write your Python script, which then imports the library, and then you can access the features and the functions of Tecplot directly. But there's currently no way to control a running instance of Tecplot, which is planned for the end of 2017. So it is definitely not comparable to an add-on, because an add-on is the high-end automation, mostly graphical user interface based, and an add-on is it is created with a free ADK add-on development kit in C, C++ or Fortran. And ask us please for the documentation or an online introduction into the coding, because this short introduction here is too short for deeper facts. The documentation is not included in the common Tecplot installations, so just let us know and always ask us if you have any questions. In add-on, the difference to Python in the current situation is that an add-on looks like a natural component of Tecplot, which we demonstrated in a minute with an empty Tecplot. So you have full access from an add-on to the innerst of Tecplot, and you can do a lot of things. Here are the basic types. For example, you have mathematical operations like with the CFD analyzer or our verdict add-on. You have visualization like creating typical plots in an automated way. You can change data with tools like pick and alter. You can load data, and this can be done even over a web access. You could write data like the add-on which is included, write data as formatted text, or you can extend the macro language if you would like to write in macro and there's a function missing. Then just let us know, and or look in the documentation, of course. There you will find the extended macro language add-on, which offers missing commands which are not in the standard macro language. So the available add-ons, or the intrinsic ones, are described in User Manual Chapter 30. But once again, please ask us for further information. This is always the easiest way to get information about Tecplot. Data loaders of Fluent and so on, those are add-ons, CFD analyzer, new features, a new criterion as an example, and there are invisible ones which simply have no graphical user interface, like the extend macro or the extend time macro, where you can access time steps and so on. There is a data analysis tool which is called Pick and Change, and for example, you have even a mesh generator. Just let us start Tecplot. Text360 minus no std add-ons. This means no standard add-ons, and now Tecplot starts so-called, let's say naked. Yeah. So you will see here no CFD analyzer. You will see no tools at all if you click on it, and if you click around here, you see that it's pretty empty, and you cannot do too much with it. And this is even true for the data loaders, which you would find here, but only the Tecplot data loader is available. This means that the add-ons, for example, data loaders are add-ons. They seem to be natural part of Tecplot, but it's add-ons. And of course, feel free to write your own ones or ask us for help to write one. So let's go back to the presentation, and then I will show you Genias add-ons, and of course, if I started Tecplot in a common way, then I will show you once again some of those intrinsic add-ons. So if we come here to the Genias add-ons, then for example we have an add-on for special extractions, which have to do with rotational symmetries. There you can, for example, define a line which is then rotated around the rotational axis to get an arbitrary slice. Or the Telemark data loader, Telemark data which comes from earth sciences and, for example, groundwater simulation, sedimentation. It is a free surface flow solver, and you can calculate rivers, tides, tsunamis, dam breaks, and so on. So there we have the Telemark data loader 4. The verdict mesh quality analysis is this is a free library to analyze the mesh quality, and we have the so-called WMS Geodata Finder, which is able to load georeference data from the internet and to glue it together with your data if you have to do with the field of earth sciences. And one of the very nice features is that we have an extension for Chorus. So if you're familiar with Chorus, it's an application, a management tool to be able to manage hundreds or thousands of simulation results which often come from parametric studies. And if you would like to manage high-resolution results, high-resolution images, and, for example, slice through groups, if you are optimizing, and then you will see from our add-on there is much help given to do this. So the demonstration, let's begin with the demonstration, and let me start again Tecplot, but now we started in the common way without any restrictions, because we saw that there's a lot missing, like that if we click on load data, then now we see here several data loaders and we see additional tools. So for example here, those tools, there are several ones which you can activate for yourself, because this is given in the Tecplot installation, but they are not activated, or other ones which you please ask us for, like the verdict or custom slices, geodata, which is a WMS tool. And yeah, of course, now you have the data loaders again and other ones. And a basic question is, where could you activate an add-on? If it's not activated, just check the Tecplot ADD file, which is in your Tecplot installation, and there you will find it. It's a macro in the end, and this macro contains load add-on commands. And if you check those commands here, you will find those are activated, like here the CGNS loader and so on, the Excel loader, Fluent data loader. All these add-ons are standard, in a standard way, activated. And there's, for example, one nice tool which I will demonstrate, which is called Pick Alter here. And this one, for this add-on, you just need to add this line into the Tecplot.add file, and you can run this add-on and try it out, it's always available with the Tecplot installation. If you have any more technical questions, just let us know. This is here a more fundamental, more basic introduction into the add-on technique. Good. Let's continue, and let's start with a first example. For the first example, I would like to show you a layout file, which is the half wing, this one here, and this contains this add-on. This dataset contains very many zones. Currently only activated are the surface zones, and now imagine that for this half plane you would like to integrate over the wing, you would like to know the uplift or something like that. Well, it's easy to do this in with an add-on, which you can activate, as I said before, in the Tecplot.add file. You just go to Data, go to Pick and Change. Here we switch to the let's check XY. That's the correct. Coordinate system now, the correct view. And what we are doing is the following. First, we define a so-called blanking variable. We write blank, and this equals 1. So blank equals 1. What does it mean? Blanking means that you can underplot blank parts which you don't want to see, blank parts from your dataset, but the more you can do mathematical things with parts which are not blank, and this is very powerful. And what we will do is here to use now a tool. We have several tools. We can mark cells, we can mark rectangles, we can mark circles, we can mark, this is polylines, for example, or polygons, and we can mark cubes, or we can mark spheres. So all of this is possible, but what we would like to do now is to mark a polygon. And let me do that. We mark this one, this parse here. We go here. Oh, before I do that, sorry, I will activate the contour, because you will see then what happens much better. I switch to the blanking value, and the blanking value currently is in the dataset, it's 1. And if we now do the same as before, we mark here with a polygon, go along here, 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 here. That's it, right mouse button, it's marked, and now I could say that the modifier for this part is equal to 0. So, of course important is that you switch here the variable now from coordinate x to blank, yeah, to not kill your x coordinates. And yeah, after having done this, we can apply the changes inside the geometry which is marked, and that's it in the end. So we can tunnel through, which of course is important if you want to change the surface only, and I apply now the operation, and after a while it should be done. And now if we probe, we should see a blank value of 0 here and of 1 there. And there's no difference in view, so we should change. You see here it's just one level. This can't work. We add the level 0, and now it's good to see that we have here 0 and this is 1. So, and in the end, what is the big thing around that? You could blank now. If you like to, you can go here to blanking, value blanking, and then include value blanking, and then you can activate, or first doing the following blank, if something is less than to 1. So having done this and activate, okay, I should do exactly, of course, the contrary, sorry. If something is equal to 1, equal to 1, then it's blanked. So that's the point, and now this part here is 0. If we probe, let's probe here, you see it's blank value 0. So this part here is blanked. And if we now would do an integration, then the important point is that we if we do that integration for all zones, we need to exclude the blank regions. This is a point. This is an important point. And if we now choose a variable just for a test now, let's say density or whatever, then this means that if we do the integral over all the zones, then of course we get a table, and this table contains only the integration values of the non-blanked area, which is in the end the wing. So you see, it's a very, very helpful tool for working with multiple zones or with part of your zones, because the cells are blanked and not only zones. This is super powerful. Good, okay. The next add-on I would like to show you is the following. This was here an intrinsic add-on. This is given in your Tecplot installation. You just have to activate it. And now something where you please ask us for, if this sounds to be interesting for you. So if we load a new add-on, a new layout file, we go to Open Layout, and then we open this one. We replace the data which is currently available, and then you see after a short while, this is my data set. We can switch off the bounding boxes here. Imagine that you would like to extract a slice, and this slice should follow the line here, and this line should be rotated around the z-axis. So how this is done, that's easy with our add-on. So if we go to Tools and Custom Slices, then we have here by rotation of a line, and here we select the 1D ordered zone. There's only one, this one, and the Z-axis is a correct rotational axis. This is the number of points, and here we could write, for example, 360 degrees in the one direction, 0 in the other, and we just do the preview. We create the slice, and after a short while you should have a nice rotated line. That's what you see here. It's separated into 37 segments, and yeah, this can be done for arbitrary slicing. So this is an arbitrary slice which followed the line. This is very powerful if you have to do with the rotational symmetries. Good. Next one is I would like to demonstrate is once again one of our own add-ons where you please ask for if this is a field in which you work. So here we go to load, and we load a new data set, or what you can do else is just to drag and drop the data, which I prefer here. I go to the installation folder of yes, I go to the webinar folder here, to add-ons, and then Telemark Masquerade, and here the biggest one is this one, which contains at least some time steps, and I drag it, drop, and I get the question, is it Telemark result file? Yes it is, and clicking on OK loads the data, and going to plot and activating contour shows this part of the river. And now we just need to do a little animation to see how, for example, a dam breaks. Yeah, so this data format was automatically loaded, and you will find the data loader additionally, of course, in the loader section. So this is once again another type of add-on where you load data into Tecplot, which is a native format, which is not loadable otherwise. Okay, and the next, we have to hurry a little bit. The time is running, and I would like to demonstrate you two other things. I would like to show you the WMF tool, which is in which is present in Earth Scientist. And here we do the following: we first load a layout file, and here it is. We discard the old add-on, and here you see a river. It's the river Rhine in Germany, and the scalar velocity in meter per second. And here are the well-known river marks in a kilometer, and yeah, well, but nevertheless, you might be interested in seeing other details, other metadata, which is available in such for such a landscape, for such a part of a map, and this is why we wrote this tool for. We have this geodata tool here, and I started, and the geodata tool. This loads now a defined table of services you would like to exist. You have to imagine there exist web services doing this job for you. You ask the web service for a map, for a part or something, and then you get from the web service back an image and markers in your landscape and so on. And to make it understandable better for you, we click here on those numbers, which are well known if you come from this field. It's a coordinate system description, which is with this number here. And after having done the selection, we can click here, and from the tree structure we select metadata. It's geodata services, so we want to see the metadata for this part of the river. And we can find select here, as you can see, but we don't do that. We just load the complete part here. And we click simply on refresh. Now the Tecplot begins to connect to the service, then it gets data from the service, then it creates a picture from this, and here you see now it's very nice. You see much more information to understand better where in the river you currently are. And if we zoom here, then you see that our add-on loaded only the part of the data which is needed, which means that if I refresh, having a look at this part of the map here, so let's go back to the add-on and refresh. Then you will see after a short while that the map is changed and other parts are visible. And again, you have a perfect orientation where you are, and yeah, that's a nice add-on, which in the end demonstrates that you can access a server. So if you have another problem, like that you would like to connect to your servers which contain data for Tecplot, let it be CAD data or whatever, then this is showing you that you can easily access that information with an add-on. Good. Okay, let's come to the last example for today, and here I show you now, of course, these add-ons are running for Linux systems too. So it's of course not only for Windows. So far you saw Windows system. If I'm clicking here on this one, and we have now a CentOS Linux system available, and if I start Tecplot Chorus here, yeah, if you need an introduction into Chorus, just let us know. Of course, we have videos for this too, or we can plan with your group. A special webinar for this. So it asks now for a license, and I would like to connect to a license server. This should be no problem. And as far as I know, it was 3717 to access our web server if communication error. So the network should be set up. There seemed to be a little issue with the network card, with the virtual one, and now after having done this, it directly works. You see now there's connection to our license server. What I would like to do is to activate this project here, this Chorus project. Chorus is a management center, a management tool to visualize very many data sets which may come from an optimization process, from parametric studies, and we would like to, in this case here, there have been only images produced. So those images, and there are several thousands ones, yeah, and they have a pretty big size. And to visualize this pretty big sized pictures, we wrote an add-on, and I will show you what happens. So let's say that you are interested in this and this and this case, yeah, it's number 4811, whatever, it doesn't matter for the demonstration. And now I launch Tecplot, and Tecplot starts, and in Tecplot there's an add-on which is the image viewer, and yeah, here now we see the selected cases, and what we would like to see first, I maximize the screen here, and we would like to see first some of those images, so which are in those cases. These are here different simulation cases. Now I would like to see some different images. I go, for example, here into case number 4 in the post-processing, and I would like to see the static pressure 4 plus Z or whatever, yeah. So let's say that you would like to see this single image here, and choose another one. You can watch the meshes too if you would like to check and control your meshes. That's easy. Yeah, so whatever. Perhaps 2 other ones. So now we have three images, three single images, which we will see. You will see the difference to an image group in a second. So if we refresh now the view, then you see here the three different cases, 1, 2, 3, and here you see the different images. And now look what happens. If you go and zoom in here, now you can watch the very fine details, and it doesn't matter what resolution your pictures have. You can now directly compare those different simulations. Unfortunately, I have chosen 3 which really look more or less the same. You see the numbers here not the same, so it's definitely not the same. Let's check if we see some difference here for the second type, and it's obvious now that there is a difference in this because we have the same position and there is a difference visible. And additionally, we can go here into this visualization, into this picture, and zoom into specific points to have a deep look into them. Or what we can do too is to make a diff plot between those plots, and for example going here, let's better say, I'm not sure if there is a big difference between those ones here, so maybe this is the most interesting one, and I click on image diff, and wait a second, and after a while we see this is a reference picture, and indeed we see here that there are small differences between those cases. And additionally, it may happen that you or it's very probably that it happens to you that you have different slices going through your simulation, if you have to do with simulation. So imagine that you have a wing and you want to let go a slice go along there, and you have several positions like 20 or 40 or 100 positions. Then it is of course better if you can jump from slice to slice, from picture to picture, and this is possible with an image group. So if we add here an image group, so let's go there and let's go here and images, post-processing, and here we see those groups. So for example, for a CP, drag, or vector clip in X direction, whatever. So we choose this directory here. Now it is added here, and now we can do the following. We can refresh first the view. So this looks currently not too impressive, but we go now through those different positioned slices, and now you see that the slice is going through, and of course we can zoom in once again and compare the different results. So going from slice to slice to slice, we can compare the differences. And another option in this add-on is that if we would like to compare the three, in this case 3 cases, and we want to jump from case to case, so let me first refresh the view here, and the image group is not necessary anymore. So if we go to flip mode now, and we zoom in, so can zoom into the complete page. Here we are, and now using the flipping we can flip between all the different cases, and you will note from the case number what case is currently on screen. And the trick here is that we can this way you can compare one after each other the the cases which you are interested in. Let me remove this one here, and now again we refresh and we click on for all the cases to flip mode. Now you see, if we zoom in the picture, can be arbitrary size, and we flip, then you see the difference between those three pictures. Well, I think that's it around this nice add-on, which helps you if you have to do with parametric studies and if you want to have a comparison between many results. So let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. I am now over the time I expected to invest for this demonstration. Sorry about that, but I hope that you saw many interesting things. More information about, let's say, add-ons, documentation. Do you want to have an add-on training? Just let me know. Just contact us. Do you want to know more about macro programming or Python programming, which is now the future in automation of Tecplots? Then let us know. Feel free to call us. Feel free to write an email to us. I recommend to call us. If you want to start Tecplot in your group, just let me know. Simply ask us. So you can do this of course, by contacting support. I would recommend always to ask us the central line, and then you ask just for help, and somebody here will definitely help you. We can support you in your contract, in your Tecplot contract, of course, with online meetings. Just let us know. It's for free, yeah. Just let us know if you need some help, and we will help you. If you want to begin with Tecplot, I recommend our Tecplot certification, which is a nice way to learn the very basics of Tecplot. And in the very end, the most important message today, I would say, is please never hesitate to contact us, because we are there for you in Europe. And contact me for more information. My name is Jens Waker. You can write me to jens@tecplot.de. Thank you very much for this presentation. And now we come to questions and answers.